My parents were literally the last people to find out that my ex-husband had cheated on me. As I mentioned in another video, it was very abrupt when I finally told him that I wanted to separate. Basically, he was getting on me for something super petty and I was just over it. It was literally a day or two before Thanksgiving, and we had plans to go to my parents' house for Thanksgiving, and I could have easily told them that he had to go into work because he was a cop and put off telling them even further, and I finally decided it was time for them to know. So I drove into town. My brother, he had found out about the day before. He hopped in my car, took my kids to go get Starbucks. My kids weren't around when I told my parents. I had them sit down, and I basically told them what happened the day before Thanksgiving. And I explained to them the reason that they didn't know was because if we were gonna stay together or make it work, I didn't want them to like know and ever hold it against him if I had moved past it. They were definitely in shock. As I mentioned, my ex-husband had like asked my dad for my hand, and it's like, gag me now. If I ever get married again, maybe ask my kids if you can marry me. You do not need to ask my father. Anyway, and they knew I met him at church. They were friends with his mom, who was a pastor. So my parents were very shocked. And then, of course, they were just like very caught up on like the logistics of like, where was I gonna live? I couldn't live with them, all that kind of stuff. The next person I told after that was my grandmother, who I'm really close with, and she handled it like a champ, but she has daughters, sisters, mothers who have all been divorced, so it was like not anything she hadn't heard before. I do remember being like, Mom didn't take it very well. Can you go talk to her? But then everything was fine after the initial shock wore off, especially once my parents realized how planned things were and the fact that I didn't need to like move in with them or anything like that. I did crash on their couch for the first few weekends while I was finishing up the renovation on my first trailer, but to be honest, I think they kind of enjoyed it. My brother was living at home at the time, and it was literally like my parents with their two grown-ass adult children, like having dinner, having adult conversations, watching movies. It was kind of an interesting dynamic.